Surely we have some comments by now.
Yeah, apparently we're
Right.
cupcakes.
Brett and Megan. Morning cupcakes. Not exactly the breakfast of champions there, Brett, but good on you. Hopefully they're complimentary coffee cupcakes. Oh, I don't want to go to that one. Sticky buns for breakfast. Yeah, well, I'm having work for breakfast today. As soon as we finish this show, I'm on the road. So, good morning. I see Megan. I see Brett. Ma and Granddad are with us. And, yeah, let's do this. It's Firearms Friday, and I didn't pull up the DGUs this morning.
Where's your ruler? The ruler.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Happened again.
Yeah, it happens.
Little more.
It happens.
A little more.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Danny.
Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning.
I enjoyed Polytech last night, by the way. That was fun.
Yes, I enjoyed Polytech last night. I, for once, was not working and could listen to it live instead of having to catch the replay.
Usually, it's, well, no. It always comes on after my bedtime. And on Thursdays, I try to just push it a little further and catch Polytech. But Polytech is Mondays and Thursdays at 9 Eastern, and they're awesome. So,
Well, we're there next Monday.
oh, yeah. So, I guess I could announce that because Alex mentioned it last night on their show. On Monday, that would be April the 4th, Alex and I will be interviewing Jared, oh, God, now I can't remember his name. Schmeck, Jared Schmeck. Jared Schmeck, the father that called in and talked to Joe Biden and got Joe Biden to say, "Let's go, Brandon." So I'm going to have to think a little bit about how I'm going to go about that particular conversation, but I definitely want to accuse him of being crowned Grand High Troll King for 2022.
Yeah, well, no, 2021.
Oh, I guess it was before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Bidens
That's
were
right.
doing the Christmas.
That's right. It was Christmas.
That's right. That's
but-
right.
I very much look forward to that conversation. And
I'm going to guess a guy like that, you don't have to say much. Just let him talk. If he can come up with one gem, he can come up with another.
yeah, and that show, by the way, it will be hosted by Polytech. It will be simul-streamed. So basically, it'll be live at 9 at the regular time for the Polytech show, and it will be on Polytech and Brushfire Mines, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, everywhere that we are. It will be streaming live everywhere that both shows stream anything. And I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Okay.
And actually, I need to talk to Alex probably today, and
Yeah, relatively soon.
yeah. Because there's all the back-end setup crap. It's one of those things. It's not hard, but it's complex. There's enough moving pieces that you have to give it a little thought up front, or you run the risk of, okay, this wasn't hard to do, but we forgot to check a box. So I'll be double checking all of that today, tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be double checked enough by Sunday that it'll be too late to screw it up. So, what are we talking about this morning?
Well, it's Friday.
Guns, guns, guns! I want that guy's job. It's gun show time. So, welcome to the gun show. So, well, what have we heard the lefties all the time? All the time. We keep hearing it. Biden said it. Biden has said it. Obama said it over and over. Look, we're not coming for your guns. We don't want to take your guns. Obama even bragged that gun sales went up under his watch. Yes, because everybody was afraid you were going to try to take their guns.
Well, this is the left cannot be honest. They can't win the debate when they're honest, and even when they've got an issue that might potentially be a winner. And Obama had one. Oh, I'm going to cover your pre-existing conditions. Even then, he still had to lie and say if you like your doctor, you're going to get to keep your doctor. Right? The left can't win by being honest. If they wanted to say, look, actually, we're the Wizards of Smart, and we want you to, yes, in fact, we do want you to live in the pods, eat the buds, take an electric bus to work, and surrender all your firearms, and we own your children from 4 years old onward, people wouldn't like their agendas so much.
Right. And the whole electric vehicle thing. Okay, we're not going to get into that too much right now, but
but Chris, gas prices wouldn't be a problem if you owned a Tesla.
They wouldn't. That's right. If you could afford to ignore gas prices, you could afford to drive a car that didn't require them.
That's correct.
But make no mistake, we know like this. The science tells us that the grid cannot support everybody having an electric car. The objective is for all of the wealthy elites to be able to drive their electric cars, and for there to be no gas cars, so that traffic is easy, and all you plebs have to live in the city, sleep in the pod, eat the bugs, and only ever have access to low-quality, inconvenient, government-funded public transit, which will be electric. But forget about having a good job and commuting out of a nasty city to a good home. Your American dream is evaporating. But we're not talking. That's not the conversation today. Today, we're going to start with this article from NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
NSSF?
Yep.
Firearm Industry. I'm trying to see how we get from NSSF to the Firearm Industry Trade Association. Those letters, you might have went too far.
I might have went too far. Well, I hate this webpage now. Because it's...
Okay, I love the pun, though. It's a real SHOT Show.
No, well, you know what SHOT Show is, right?
A pun.
In this context, not exactly. SHOT Show is a large event. The SHOT Show is like the firearms industry trade event. It's basically the biggest gun show in the world.
Gotcha.
And you're killing me. You're killing me with this website. This header is just whooping my ass. So, President Joe Biden is shifting blame from his party's unwillingness to tackle spiraling crime straight to the firearm industry. His administration released his presidential budget request, which outlines his priorities for the coming year. At the top of the list are plans to target the firearm industry for the failures of his administration to support law enforcement. And by the way, just so you're all tracking, it's a $5.8 trillion budget.
Oh, so when Scopes fact checks it and says it's mostly false, it's not really a $6 trillion budget. That's mostly false.
Right.
Anyhow, the budget request.
So he proposes to spend $2.6 billion for the Justice Department for federal law enforcement. That would be the same FBI that we've been talking about several times this week, that has been caught with their hands in the cookie jar on multiple occasions, actively running illegal cover-up operations on behalf of the Democrat National Committee, up to and including attempting to sway a jury by falsifying and obfuscating evidence in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. It's a miracle that Kyle Rittenhouse is not in prison, because you had a corrupt prosecutor fabricating and obfuscating evidence, and a corrupt FBI fabricating and obfuscating evidence. When the government is planting, manufacturing inculpatory evidence, and then actively hiding and destroying exculpatory evidence in individual private citizens' criminal cases, which should never have been brought to begin with. I mean, Rittenhouse was the only case that happened in living memory at the national level that was more clear-cut self-defense than the McMichaels case. Corvo, Bianco, Nero, are you guys a gay couple? You're adorable, shitbird.
That's,
You must be a Disney guy. This shows the Biden administration puts the blame for rising crime at the feet of the firearm industry. This is what NSSF predicted when Biden and Vice President Spit Roast were on the campaign trail.
we're about to get Twitch swarmed.
Bring it on! Bring it on!
So, wait a minute. It's the firearm industry's fault. You know, what's funny to me is starting in kindergarten, like it used to be, we would tell kids, sometimes you don't have any choice. You got to stick up for yourself and punch the bully in the nose, right?
Correct.
However, that has not been the thing we have taught kids for some time.
Hey, hold on a second. Corvo, just because he looks like a bitch doesn't mean you have to attack his junk. Okay,
And I'm not ginger.
No, you're not.
I'm more offended by that than the female comment. I know I'm fucking pretty. Okay, thank you very much. Anyhow, but the same people that have taught kids for some time, you're not allowed to turn around and punch the bully. You are just as wrong. What you do is you go get a teacher. And so fine, we spent decades telling people, go get a teacher, okay? And then they go through their whole life, and instead of like owning a gun, they call the cops, right? And then what do? We defund the police and make them afraid to do their job. And for some strange reason, crime goes up.
And I would like to point out...
But it's the gun manufacturer's fault.
Yes, and the crime that is the fault of the gun manufacturers, for which the Biden administration has been unable to respond. The gun manufacturers are clearly at fault for Molotov cocktails being lobbed into federal buildings, police being assaulted with bricks, gangs just walking into stores, 20, 30 people walking into stores and just filling up their grocery carts and walking out the front door, right? So somehow a rise in unarmed burglaries is the fault of the gun manufacturers. A rise in just straight terrorist activity with BLM riots. A rise in physical assaults on individuals in the streets. Unarmed physical assaults, but physical assaults. All these crimes that are the big ticket items in the rising crime wave that has resulted from the existence of Democrats. Yes. If you have Democrats, you have crime. All these crimes are the fault of the gun industry. Now, let me qualify that. When I say, if you have Democrats, you have crime, I want you to understand what a Democrat is. At the core, the conservative believes in liberty, in freedom, in rugged individualism, and the capacity of an individual, competent adult to succeed as a result of hard work, dedication, and vision, implemented and cultivated in a field where he is not interfered with by nefarious, malicious external forces. At their core, the Democrat believes that it is morally tolerable to take by force from one who has on behalf of one who has not. The core tenet of the Democrat is it's okay to vote to take money from someone else at gunpoint.
So,
Hey, Amarillo, what Democrat said it's morally tolerable to do that? Every single one who has ever said the words tax the rich. No tax has ever been levied without the threat of violence. It is not possible to levy tax without the threat of violence.
Yeah, and I was actually going to specifically point to Barack Obama, who said you've got to take the wealth and spread it around.
Yep.
That is definitionally taking from some and giving to others. There's no other way to spread the wealth around, as it were. Yeah, exactly. Take the wealth and spread it around. But when did he says that? He said it to Joe the plumber. It was one of the most infamous things that happened in the entire... But I want to back up
to... It probably popped up in more Republican attack ads.
Look, I want to back up to Corvo Blanco, who says that you should be like Ukraine and own bombs for when people come into your home. And then he asked the question, so give me one reason why I shouldn't be able to own a Bayraktar?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that particular
but look,
piece of equipment.
I mean, I assume it's a big, nasty shooty or blowy, one or the other, like or boom boom something, right? We actually think like all federal gun laws should be repealed. Like if you want to own a tank, like we believe you should be allowed to own a tank. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'm totally comfortable with that.
Oh yeah, no, like seriously, like I'm
a pro 2A drone pilot. I'm totally comfortable with this.
Yeah, like flamethrowers, grenade launchers, like the whole thing in the USA where like you have to have like a special federal license to even think about owning a machine gun. So I'll tell you what, look, we don't want to get too far derailed, but Amarillo, is it Amarillo Brillo or Amarillo Brillo? That's anyhow.
Or Amarillo Brio. Or Amarillo Brio.
Boy, all those are options, aren't they?
Perhaps you're a brioche. But no, it's look, Joe the Plumber. You can look it up. I'm not going to spend the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but we're not going to get distracted on it. But yeah. Anyhow, but yeah, we're not going to get distracted on it because, we're going to talk about some guns. But it's a thing that happened. So when I get one, give me some. See.
Oh, that's adorable. You're making threats.
But look, that's a clever threat, though.
Well,
that's a clever threat. Like I have to give that credit.
So, anyway,
politics over policing, but it's the gun manufacturer's fault that bad guys are gonna bad.
Right. And just to pin this down a little bit, I want to show you this article as well. This one's from Breitbart. A California bill requiring parents to report gun ownership failed in committee Wednesday amid opposition from the American Civil Liberties Union and the NRA. So, okay, Emery, I'm done with you. He absolutely did, and you're probably one of those.
Yeah, he literally told Joe the plumber that you got to take it and spread it around.
But we're done with you now. So, this is one of those here after Obama and Biden and all of them have said over and over again, we're not coming for your guns, we're not coming for your guns. A California bill requiring parents to report gun ownership failed in committee Wednesday amid opposition from the American Civil Liberties Union and the NRA. What business is it of yours? Teachers unions, teacher, Board of Education. What business is it of yours that I do or do not own guns in my own home? It's not. by the way. It's none of your business. I would point to, I don't know, the Second Amendment. That's a good one. How about the Fourth Amendment?
Well, and it goes back to the whole thing you said at the beginning of the show. You could describe the American conservative when functioning as an American conservative at its highest level as the epitome of live and let live. It's why there's so much cross current with libertarians and healthy conservatives, the unhealthy conservatives, the neocons and the warmongers and the ones who are like, oh, I'm all for civil liberties, except no, piss off. You're no better than the Democrats at that point. But it is live and let live. So, like, really, oh, you own a machine gun? I'm good for you. It's really none of my business, though, is it?
Right. And so what? Now the gun grabbers, of course, they're all pretty happy with the idea of the Ukrainian government just handing out guns to civilians.
Oh my God.
And we wouldn't be there.
He looked up the quote and left out the part where he told Joe the plumber, you've got to spread it around.
Amarillo's trying to pull a, what was it, MSNBC on us? just go edit that tape and pretend like you found a racist. You fucking noob.
He left off the part where he said, spread it around. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
So,
the bill was defeated in California. It was defeated in California. So that's good news. If it can get defeated in California, that should tell you something too. How many times have we said there's no such thing as a blue state? There's red states that have blue cancers.
Correct. And if it can get defeated in California, that's good news, except it came up in California. And here's the problem with that. If there's anything positive you can say for Democrats, it is that they are absolutely tenacious and dedicated with their evil. That's how we got the Obamacare fiasco. That's why you can't afford health care today. Because the Democrat will continue to erode everything that is valuable and good for Americans until they achieve their end. Up until 86, you could buy fully semi-automatic at any... See, fully semi-automatic? That's why I don't trust Repubs either. Yeah, that's a good one. And yes, the ACLU opposed this bill, which is hilarious, because the ACLU has been pretty shady for quite a while now.
Hey, how do you spread something around unless you take it from somebody first?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know why I felt like asking it. Anyhow.
Yes.
Why do all this? Been doing this show for years, and suddenly we come across as gay. You tell people that haven't watched a lot. All the times we praised like literal, boobs and hot women and stuff like that. It just
clearly what has happened here is we've got a bunch of lefties who think that the bill is called the Don't Say Gay bill, and that you can offend me by making homosexual, homoerotic illusions. Sweetheart.
The show went off the rails today, but I'm good with it. It's funny.
And there's Alex with the other fact check. Think when you spread the wealth around, it's better for everyone.
Yeah, and it's not backpedaling, dumbass. Like seriously, the only way you spread something around is to take it away. Like I tell you what, don't file your taxes.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
And then you come back to us and let us know how that works out for you. In fact, just ride around town without wearing a seatbelt. And then when a cop writes you a ticket for it, don't show up to court. Let us know how that works out.
Right.
Okay? Just Like, seriously, there's a reason why guys like us say taxation is theft. Because they're going to take the taxes from you one way or another. And they are not afraid to use the point of the gun to get the taxes. Like, it's just... If you don't understand that what Obama was saying in that moment was that we're going to take from one group and give to another, then I don't... You seem like you can type really well, but okay. So, anyhow, I wish we had some DGUs. There's a little bit of show left, and then
there's not that much show left. It's 7:57. I got to get down the road to Griffin, so it's time. We'll go ahead and do the safety brief. Okay, we're done with the troll. It's the weekend. Friday's upon us, and y'all be safe out there, right? Don't drive drink. Don't fry bacon naked. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, firearms, farm animals, videotape. No two at the same time. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you on Monday. And I'll see you twice on Monday. At 07:30 for the regular show. And at 2100 on Polytech with my man Alex.
Blanco, I hope you come back. You're funny.
Yeah.
That's Bianco or Blanco? It's hard to tell because the letters are black.
I think it's Bianco. So, y'all be safe, and we'll see you Monday.
European, not gay.